Okay, this video is gonna be quite a confession. My name is Anna. In a few weeks' time, I'm finishing my 26th journey around the sun, and I gotta say that I feel like I have zero achievements in my life, and it hurts. It does hurt. I have this friend in my life. We graduated from the same school. She started her business like a couple of years ago, and she started doing it really successfully. At some point, I was like, okay, she's running her business, whatever. I'm doing my thing as well. It's okay. But then I started feeling on my skin that she is actually doing very well. I felt like I was falling behind. I limited our interaction so that I can figure out with what's going on inside of me. She was triggering me so much. I was so jealous. I was so envious that she's making it and I'm not. I struggle to figure out what is it that I want to do, how I want to make money, what I want to become, what I want to build of myself, in this kind of things. And she was making it. Things were working out for her. Then happened spiritual awakening and major self growth kind of thing. And I figured out that my journey is completely different from hers. So probably yours is different from someone you compare yourself with. This feeling of falling behind was really strong for me back in the days, let's say 2 years ago. I felt like someone is doing much better than me, and I gotta figure it out like now, today, this moment. I had this feeling of disagreeing with the universe, disagreeing with my time, and disagreeing with my path. And something that helped me back then and something that helps me now and actually helped me to make peace with myself is understanding that my path is completely different from hers. That my mission in this life is completely different from someone else that I compare myself with. The truth is, like, when you compare yourself to someone, to one of your friends, or to someone on social media, you don't understand what the person, what that soul came on this earth with. What were their skills? What were their background? What is their karma? What is their upbringing? What is the choice of their family? You never see the whole picture. And no one is 100% alike with you. So any type of comparison just makes zero sense. Of course, when I was a teenager, I thought that, by 25, I will be happily married. I will be living in this dream house. I will be having this car, and I will be someone very important and influential and this kind of things. And now, when I'm 25, I understand how much there is more to life, how much I didn't know, how much I didn't see, how much there was yet for me to discover, to see how this entire thing that is called life works. Something that I actually learned is that as a child, I used to be loved and appreciated and praised for my achievements, for good grades at school, for helping in a household, for being a good girl. And now, when I'm turning 26 and I realize that there is no achievements, nothing changed for me, like for quite a while. It feels like I do not deserve love. I do not deserve appreciation. I'm not worthy, and this kind of things, which obviously is not true. And maybe it is something that life tries to teach you as well. You are worthy of love, and you are loved already. You do not have to achieve whatever it is you said you have to achieve. No, you don't have to. Okay? You don't have to. You are worthy and you are loved, and it's your birthright. These are your birthrights. Okay? Your soul being here on earth, going through this journey, gaining experience, interacting with other souls, bringing goodness to this life. You are already loved for that. You are already worthy because you live. This world needs you. At the age of 20 or 21, I can't remember actually precisely. I was diagnosed with cancer. And that was the experience that changed my life forever. Even now, like I feel like, you know, I've made peace with all of that, but still, whenever I talk about it, there's still, some tears coming up to my eyes. When I was going through cancer, or even after recovering, my mom kept repeating me, "We need you. We need you." Um, it's actually, it's actually very interesting because I did feel like they don't need me. As a child, I remember that I was abandoned. I felt abandoned so many times. And I felt like, my parents don't give a, what, about me. I really did feel so. And she kept repeating me, "We need you. We need you. We need you alive and healthy. We need you glad and happy, We need you to live." And she kept repeating me that. I don't know where it comes from. Either she discussed it with the specialist, like with a therapist, or it's like message from the universe, from the angels. I don't know, but she kept repeating me that. I was like, wow, they need me. Wow, this is something new, you know? So yeah, you do not need to have any of your goals to be loved, to be appreciated. You are needed for this world here and now, just as you are. When it comes to life milestones, because I come from a society where it's believed that you gotta have a car, a house, a relationship, and probably a child by the age of 25. And if you're having this after your mid-20s, like you're a failure, like you're literally a failure. Okay, so that's the culture, the background that I'm coming from. Thanks God I left the place almost actually 9 years ago, so it doesn't bother me at all. But I can see how people from that place, they have this all and they do feel this pressure of having it all figured out in their 20s. But you know what? Either you meet your soulmate in your teens or in your mid 20s or in your late 50s, all of that is valid. It doesn't matter when you hit that milestone, because life is not a race. Life is not a race, and time is not linear. Truth is, what spirituality helped me a lot is to embrace my own journey, to embrace my own timing, to embrace my own lessons, to embrace my experience on earth, to trust the flow of it and how it unfolds. At some point, I felt like I have to over explain myself to other people that I am okay and that I do not have to have it all figured out already. And it taught me that actually I gotta simply start loving myself so that I do not have to explain to someone that I am lovable and that I am worthy, just like I am right now. Also, learn to recognize your non material achievements, because sometimes those are actually way more important than the material stuff that are considered to be the attributes of success. What about your spiritual growth? What about the boundaries that you've set? What about the toxic people that you let go of? What about navigating your emotions? What about regulating your nervous system? What about learning to be in touch with yourself? For me, for instance, I'm a highly empathetic person. The thing with highly empathetic people is that if you can feel other people very well, you often struggle to feel yourself. And this is where so many issues can come up to the surface. For example, when you might overeat, what is it that you really want to do? Do you want to go home or do you want to go to a cafe? Even like with these things, every day I struggle, and I learned to notice that. I learned to notice that, okay, I just had my ballet class. What do I want to do now? Do I want to go home or do I want to go to a cafe? And I literally cannot decide, and it's so difficult. And I was like, okay, I'm having a chat with myself. I check in with myself. What do I feel like now? Do I want to be among people or do I want to have a solitude? Let me go to a cafe, check out the vibe there. If I like it, I stay. If I don't like it, I take a cab and I go home. I always let myself that choice. Highly empathetic people might also struggle to distinguish their own emotions, their own feelings from someone else's, because we can read other people and we often believe that their emotions, their feelings are our emotions and our feelings. That awareness and that energetic shield that you gotta be able to like maintain, is very important. Now, I learned actually all of these things since I recovered from cancer. Thanks to that, I am a totally different person now. I'm a completely different person now. If you met me back then and if you met me now, you would see that these are totally different energies. These are two totally different human beings. And I'm so grateful. I'm having my CT scan in about 1 week time. Somehow this time I feel peaceful about it. I'm not anxious. I'm not worried, and I'm not even sure if it's a good sign of it or it's a bad sign. To be honest, I hope it's a good sign. Let's believe that it's a good sign. Um, but yeah, I realized that during these 5 years, yes, I may not have that income that I aimed for, or I don't have the dream house yet, or I don't have that car, or whatever. But I evolved so much as a person, and I became at peace with who I am and who I'm becoming. Sometimes I do feel like I'm falling behind, I'm not gonna lie, but every day I am more and more content with my journey. I more and more love myself. I am more and more at peace with my timing, and I want you to be in love with yourself too, with your journey, with your timing, with how you do things. The moment you stop fighting with life is the moment that you actually enter the flow of life. Like the universe is gonna help you when you just surrender, not giving up, but surrender. It's a very important difference. Um, don't fight, but don't give up. Surrender and do your absolute best. Is the strategy that I stick to. I'm just gonna do my best. I'm just gonna show up for myself, and I'm gonna be genuine. I'm gonna be authentic. I'm just gonna be me, and I'll see what happens. And I'll see what happens. Because I truly believe in authenticity, and that like I and you, we don't have to be someone else. We didn't come here to be someone else. We came here to be ourselves. If you made it this far, I'm beyond grateful. I really am. You're not falling behind. You're in the right time. You're in the right place. No matter when you got your things, your goals, it's valid. It doesn't matter. There is no milestones. Life is not a race. And try to fall in love in the journey. I love you. Consider subscribing, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.